Good morning. It is Sunday, the 28th of November. It is 5:26 in the morning. Thanks a lot for coming and getting some energy from me in the morning, checking me out, saying hello. And I really appreciate the comments that everybody leaves down in the comment section. I do read them, and I try my best to reply to them, especially if it struck a nerve within you about something I shared, because we're all going through the same thing. We're all indifferent. It's all the same piece of meat, same piece of beef, but it's just cut a different way, cooked a different way. And we've all got the same core principles, struggles. And yeah, it's really encouraging for me to see people sending me comments about how they're kind of going through the same thing. Yeah, that really cheers me on, gives me added motivation to keep on going like this. And so thank you for those comments that you've sent, and I hope I can continue to give something of value to you in the mornings through these recordings. My wife calls me into the room yesterday. She works on this computer. It's a computer that I've recently cleaned out for her because we've sold her old laptop, and so she's upgraded to a different laptop. So before I gave her the laptop, I cleaned everything out. Brand new hard drives, 2 on each location. She has a main hard drive. It's gonna get a little technical, by the way, sorry. I'll wrap it up in the end. But she's got 2 hard drives, one really fast hard drive that's meant to be the brains, and then another hard drive in the computer that's meant to be the storehouse. So ideally, you'd move your fast brains files into the storehouse when you're not using them, but you still need them eventually. So anyway, my wife calls me into the room yesterday. She says, my computer is just really slow, and I don't know, there's my mile, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's so slow. So I said, hey, let me check it out. Let me take a look at it. Let me see. Sure enough, that first hard drive is just full, absolutely full, like to the gills. And I said, well, this hard drive is full. That's why your computer is very slow. It's because it doesn't have any more space to work. So I said, let me take a look at it. And I started going through the files, and I looked at which folders were holding the most information and why. And if we could move those informations to the other storehouse hard drive. Come to find out, in a popular chat app that we use here in Vietnam called Zalo, in her Zalo folder, it was using up literally half of her hard drive. It was using half of her hard drive, which was roughly about 300,000 files. 300,000 tiny itty bitty files, but all added together, they were using up half of her hard drive in one folder. And what this folder was, it was a group that she's a part of on a group chat. So it's a buy and sell group chat that people will post pictures of their stuff, and then it'll automatically download into that Zalo folder, and it would sit there and it would stay there. And my wife had put that group on mute for a long time already. Whenever she wants something, she goes into the group and checks it out, does a search or something. But for the most part, she doesn't need to see the hundreds of messages that come in every day into that group, along with all their pictures. So there I find 300,000 tiny itty bitty files, which add up to about, for you technical savvy people, 60 gigabytes of just these small thumbnail photos and videos. And I'm like, did you know that these folders were taking up so much space? She's like, no. And I'm like, I'm gonna delete them, okay? So I delete them, and I clear out half of her hard drive, half of the space that she didn't even know that was being backed up and being consumed by these useless things in this chat group full of pictures and videos. Cleaned it up, rebooted the computer, give it a nice restart, and sure enough, the computer is night and day. just night and absolute day. And it's fast again, really responsive. Apps open up quickly, everything loads fast. Yeah, it was just a night and day thing. So cleaned it up and she was happy. And I went to the room and I kind of thought about that.
No.
Morning. So I thought about that and how sometimes in our life, even though we choose to not say, hey, I'm not gonna take any more baggage from you, I'm not gonna take any more flack from you, like we try to cut off these things in our life, and sometimes they even keep adding to our stress levels unnoticed to ourselves. We put them on mute, but emotional stress, they start weighing on us. And it comes to a point that you come to your breaking point where your computer is absolutely slow. You have no mental energy, you've got no physical strength. And then you say to yourself, you call in somebody and say, hey Jesse, what's happening here? You know, can you fix this computer? You call somebody else into your life and like, I don't know what's going on here. And so many times we allow other things to auto backup in our minds, in our hearts, where the better option would be is to what I did for her Zalo folder. I said, whatever photos get put in here, don't automatically download it. Don't automatically back up these photos that are put into this group anymore. Just a simple tick of a box, and now her computer won't automatically, the pictures will come and it'll bounce right off of her. Come in, bounce right off. Come in, bounce right off. And I thought that's such a good lesson that we have to identify, first of all, where are these things that are clogging up our lives, clogging up our minds and our hearts. Secondly, learn how to delete along the way. Learn to be okay, you know. I heard this speaker talk about being a friend. Like you want to be a friend to your good friends, but she says sometimes she gives them a 6-month rule. If they're a really good friend, give them 6 months and say, hey, I'm here for you. I want you to change within the next 6 months. And if 6 months from now, if they're still talking about the same problems, they're still venting about the same things and no change has been made, say, hey, I gotta cut you off because you're giving me negative energy. And yeah, that was one way of her to say, hey, I'm willing and I really want to help you with your problem. If you need some help specifically with that, I'm here for you, but I'm not going to be your sounding board after 6 more months to listen to these problems again because they affect me as well. So she said, give him a 6-month rule. And yeah, take that with a grain of salt if you want. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little homework for life lesson that I learned, that your body, your mind might be on auto backup. And some of my auto backup actually shows through my tummy. Yeah, that thing is auto backupping. But learn to delete along the way and identify the problems as they are happening, instead of waiting till your hard drive's full and then you got to call in a professional to come clean it up for you. So that's my little homework for life with my wife's hard drive. Yeah, let me know what you thought. Do you have things backing up your life? You have things that are constantly, or any realizations of your life that you've seen, that you've let it gone on too long, and then you had to take decisive action. I'm guilty all the same. Yeah. Even with this whole journey I'm on, it came to a point where like I said, that's it. That is it. I am done. I am done being lazy Jesse. And that's kind of what was one of the catalysts that started this journey. Catalysts. Anyway, that's the end of the video today. Thank you guys very much. Don't let your hard drive get backed up too much. And they say your brain is used for capturing thoughts and ideas and processing thoughts and ideas, but it's not used, your brain is not reserved for storing ideas and thoughts. The more you store there, the more you store in your brain, the less space you have to use for the quick thinking, the creative thinking, the design process, all those stuff. So, whatever you got in your head, make a video. Whatever you got in your head, write it out. Whatever you got in your head, sketch it, put it somewhere. Get it out of your brain onto paper, onto digital paper, and then that'll free your brain up to kind of make more critical thinking processes happen a lot quicker for you. I love you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you again for the comments. I really appreciate that. I will catch you guys tomorrow on the next one. Take care, stay safe, aloha.